5:30 focus tonight is a Waste Watch report. We're looking at a state audit conducted in Palm Beach County last week. Doge Florida has been moving across the state. They're looking into how your tax dollars are being spent, and now we're waiting to see what they uncovered when they went through the books. Joining us right now is CBS 12 News I-Team Chief Mike Magnoli. And Mike, the timing of this audit really is putting the county in a tough spot.
Hey, Jim. Yeah, it's tricky. That's because we're more than halfway through the year, and the county typically makes a lot of important budget decisions at around this time of year. The Board of County Commissioners must decide how to allocate tax dollars, but in 60 days, they could get told you're wasting money on something. Now, the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, has already said Palm Beach County taxes have gone up 36% since 2021. And they want an explanation and the fine details about where those dollars are going, Jim.
Now, under this scrutiny from Doge, county governments everywhere in the state are having to change how they operate and how they think. Policies once championed as helping underserved communities are now being recast by state leaders as discriminatory and in some cases even wasteful spending. Now, if local governments fight back and insist on keeping those programs, there could be a steep price to pay. The loss of hundreds of millions of dollars in state and federal grants.
After months of anxiety over the state's impending audit, Florida Chief Financial Officer Blaise Ngoglia's arrival at the Palm Beach County government offices hardly came as a surprise. His team of auditors had been moving quickly through local governments across the state, looking for wasteful spending and even possible fraud. In this public service announcement, Palm Beach County's mayor says she welcomed their visit.
Accountability is not something to fear, it is something to embrace.
But earlier this year, the commission struggled to come to terms with the possibility that millions in federal funding could be withheld under the new Trump administration if they refused to scale back on their progressive programs.
I don't want to risk $329 million that come into our neighbors, into our neighborhoods, to provide essential services that we all rely on. This decision is extremely hard because there's no bone in my body that wants to approve this.
Commissioners begrudgingly voted 6-1 to suspend DEI programs, but only Vice Mayor Sarah Baxter supported the change, siding with Washington.
Discrimination is the act of unfairly treating someone differently based on their membership in a group, like race, gender, age, religion, or sexual orientation. And I stand firmly against discrimination because I believe in equality. And equality comes with a merit-based system, and I believe our taxpayers deserve the best job for the best price.
The same pressure felt months ago is now coming from Tallahassee, and CFO Ngoglia is the tip of the spear.
I have broad constitutional audit authority at the CFO's office where I can go in and audit any entity, government or not, that receives taxpayer money.
During this exclusive sit-down interview, we asked Ngoglia what he considers to be government waste.
What I tell the auditors and the reviewers, if you are a taxpayer in this county or in this city that you're reviewing right now, and you come across something that you get a guttural, visceral reaction, it's like, why are you paying? Would you be offended if you were a taxpayer in the city? And that's the metric that they're using.
While the definition may sound broad, progressive programs are clearly at the top of the list to be flagged.
I just don't see where the cost benefit is on DEI and green energy programs.
How about homelessness?
Homelessness is the same thing. I mean, once you subsidize things, you wind up getting more of it.
And Ngoglia says while the state can't directly eliminate these programs, exposing what he calls wasteful spending pressures leaders, and the state can always withhold funding.
Local governments constantly ask Tallahassee for money. Well, if we're going to prove, if my office is going to prove that you as a local government, whether you're a city or a county, cannot be a good steward of the taxpayer money now, don't ask us for money because you've already proven that you can't do it with your own money. Don't do it with our money.
A Palm Beach County audit shows the county took in about $249 million in federal funds and $99 million from the state back in 2024. That's a small part of its $6.7 billion budget, but losing it could still hurt programs. The state's goal, push local governments to cut spending now, so ultimately they can lower homestead taxes.
Property tax cuts are coming. Your budgets are going to get smaller. Prepare now.
Well, now we're going to hear from another important voice in this process. Mike, tell us who you got a chance to speak with and how he fits into our Waste Watch investigation.
So, Jim, in Palm Beach County, there's a new administrator, and he's a well-known name in local government and politics. Joe Abruzzo was the clerk of the court and the comptroller in Palm Beach County. Before that, He was a state senator and a state rep. And his first day on the job in this new role was the day of the Doge audit. I am the first interview that he granted since being named to this role. Who will make the report about what Doge found? Does that go to you to then present to the Board of County Commissioners?
Correct. It will, when the report comes, both likely the mayor and myself, the administration will be copied probably simultaneously on those findings.
What if they find something and they say, this is a waste, y'all are wasting taxpayer dollars here, and the Board of Commissioners disagrees, and now we have Doge at odds with the elected leaders here in the county? What's your role then in that?
Well, my role is to provide the information to the Board of County Commissioners, and I will take always direction from the board. I don't make those final decisions.
Final decisions about what gets cut, what will keep getting funded, and how do we move the money around? Your money, tax dollars the county collects. Palm Beach County Administrator Joe Abruzzo didn't want to talk about any specifics when I asked him what Doge Florida auditors were homing in on during their two-day on-site visit, but an early August letter from Doge to the county mayor had some clues. County employees who make over $200,000 a year, and anything the county is doing, using tax dollars, to provide grants to nonprofit groups. On that last point, on the day I spoke with Abruzzo, the Board of County Commissioners was hearing from nonprofit groups requesting funding. Organizations that help the intellectually disabled and help the homeless, as two examples. And I learned the county's Youth Services Department intends to use $3 million to help fund 33 nonprofit agencies. This was the Commission's first time assessing the department's grant-giving practices since the department launched 10 years ago. What was at the heart of this meeting today in these presentations?
The county does help fund some nonprofits that do incredible work at all levels of our home here in Palm Beach County. And the meeting today is for those nonprofits to make their case to the commissioner to keep that support going. And it'll be up to the board whether fully they continue to support that, but things are looking good so far.
That's good. Everybody here, their heart is in the right place.
Yes.
There's no one here that's doing this work for greed or something, shady. But having said that, everybody's own project and their own area of passion is the most important to them. So when it's a question of, okay, I want the money to go here and not there, you're always going to have people, constituents, sort of people in the audience who feel like that's a misallocation. They should have spent more here, not there. So how do you, in this role, you're the new guy on the job, how do you want to approach that?
Well, the way I have no decision-making authority. My job is to make sure we're organized and providing information to the Board of County Commissioners.
You make recommendations to them, though. They'll say, do we have a recommendation from
Sure.
staff?
So we vet to make sure that we believe from our criteria that they're operating appropriately, but we're not giving recommendations based on favoritism. We're giving recommendations based on they are a legit organization. They have a history, a track record of performance here in Palm Beach County, and we want you to know that.
Why did you want this job?
To help manage the directive of our incredible board and run the operations of what I consider the premier county in the United States.
When the audit report comes out, Jim, of course, we're going to be doing a deep dive on that. We'll bring you all of the details. A lot of nerves and anticipation, probably. No one likes being audited. And I'm sure we'll be hearing more from Administrator Abruzzo at that time, Jim.
All right, great reporting. Thanks, Mike. Liz?
Thanks, guys. Governor DeSantis and Ingoglia are turning up the heat in other counties. Just yesterday, they announced subpoenas for Orange County employees as part of its state audit. Orange County is accused of trying to hide records in advance of audit team's arrival. Under a subpoena, Ingoglia's office can depose workers, asking who told them to do it, why they did it, and where are the original files.
And don't forget, if you have a story or a tip related to government waste, we want to hear from you. You can contact us at 561-881-0796 or send us an email at newstips@cbs12.com.